And so today is when you get to see your photographs.
I forgot I asked you that, yeah.
Yeah, and so part of what we're going to do, the whole purpose in our session today is to learn from you.
Okay.
How you make sense of the theme of revitalization and community.
Okay. Okay.
So what I did is I made small pictures of your photographs. So here you go. What I would like you to do.
It's like, oh, my pictures.
So what I'd like you to do is take them and just spread them out on the table. Okay? Here you are. Oh, here's a question. How many photographs do you think you made? How many did you take?
That's a good question. I'll say 37.
Interesting. Okay, here you are. So you can pour them out and then spread them out on the table. And
wow, I took this many. I had no idea.
so you said you thought you made 37 pictures?
Well, I underestimated. I thought maybe about 50, but not this much. Yeah, but I just lowballed.
Yeah. So you made 134 pictures.
Amazing.
What do you think about your photograph?
For me to be an individual that never held a professional camera, it's quite incredible to me from my visual point of view. I'm not a professional, but what I am visualizing now, it's like very good. Yeah, very good.
But what we want to do is get you to look over all your pictures. And then Cruz is going to ask you to decide on what your top 20 photographs are.
Okay.
Okay. So if you had to rank them, which one of those groups would you say is the most important? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the theme like staples in the community, because
Would that be number one?
Number one because of church.
Okay.
And so because of coming from a background of Christianity, so I labeled that because food for the soul, and then the garden because people for the food, you know, for the physical body because they nutrients and things that they needed to hear. So you have, you know, the spiritual side and you have the physical side, because there are a lot of hungry people and there are a lot of people that's in the community that is searching for different things. So the church, they not only feed, but they also give like wisdom and knowledge, and you know, and people that are looking for, you know, redemption. They teach about, you know, salvation, about people who are looking for a change in their life, and so spirituality is very important.
Okay, now if you were to rank these three from 1, 2, 3, which ones would they get? So which, in order of label, which?
089 is first. 122 and 021 coming together. Heroes in the community is at 122. Issues of life, number 3. 089.
I want you to really just tell me why you named them these and why they're so important to you, starting from number 3 all the way to 1.
Number 3, 021 shows a black gentleman and a white gentleman, and it's very important in the community because you have different races of people, and it's very important for you to come together and to understand one because you can have misconceptions about individuals, and so it's important to be able to have friendship.
Of course.
So that's why I named that. 122 heroes in community. Like I said, they're first responders. They're usually when a traffic accident or drug overdose, their acts are heroic.
Just out of curiosity, have you ever had like a personal experience with a first responder?
Yes, my brother, it wasn't in the Thomas Avondale community. I was living in Skyway Edition. I'm sorry, he was living in Skyway Edition, which he does, and he actually had sudden cardiac death. And so he was like a miracle of life. The first responder that responded to him, because actually this particular night, I was living in Chateau Apartments at the time, and so my brother, at a young age of 33 years old, this is what I was saying about community and stuff, and that people, because when a person have cardiac arrest, they have to make sure there's no drugs or anything, which none of that happened. His heart, he went into VFib, and so we actually became very good friends with first responders because, like I said, I have some nurses in my family and police officers that's in my family, but direct with the fire department is because they were the first ones on this scene to have to do start his heart, because he was actually down for like over 20 minutes. So he was a miracle of God, and they call it just themselves. They call it like just total miracle, because he just went into VFib. He had his heart unusually high heart rate issue, to where my daughter, they had to have ablation when he got better. He has a defibrillator to help him. My daughter, when she was in the 4th grade, actually experienced the same thing with tachycardia and stuff. So it was like an issue, I guess, like in the family. So yeah, so family issue. So, but my brother, he ended up actually, like I said, dying, actually literally dying. Total miracle of God. And the first responders are there. They had to like use the defibrillator and everything to restart his heart. And they actually had him as a DOA when he arrived at the hospital. But like I said, they thought he was going to be a vegetable and everything. And so, but the police officer, first responder, everybody was just like, from the fire department, was just beautiful. And so we've had relationship, with some of them. So, and one of the gentlemen who on the ambulance ride, he actually is he went into being a flight nurse now. So yeah.
So that explains why you put it up so high.
Yeah.
Help save his life.
Yeah, help save his life. Yeah.
089, what's your number one?
Okay,
You call that one issues of life.
Issues of life, because this community, Thomas Avondale has a lot of issues. I mean, there are people, like I said, who's just come like about drugs, the addiction, there's homelessness, and they also have a lot of success stories as well. People who are in the community here just want to raise their children, and there are people who church is a very vital, important part of their life, and they find refuge from the day of the week of, from working overtime, or having to deal with somebody who in the family may have had an overdose, or somebody who's in a rehab, or somebody that had to go to prison because their addiction caused them to be a thief, or steal or some people because they're not, or people label them as criminals, but because of situation, their addiction, and it caused problems. So, and this church right here, like I said, it has several months ago, it had like Union Chapel. They came and they worked with the Thomas Avondale community, and they had like a big fun field day with the children and everything, and they had like where you throw the water, the dunking contest. They had food, and they had music, they had basketball, so it was like really, really beautiful. So it was in their parking lot, so a lot of people in the community, they came out and they really enjoyed themselves. And so it's something that they do every week, feed, you know, those in need. So it's like just right there. It's a place of refuge for people who have issues.